Hello, welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. I'm back again. This is not a weekly check-in, but this is a right now check-in. What do you need to know right now in this moment? I did not get a chance to do the weekly check-in readings for the week of the 23rd of February, I believe that was. Yeah, 23rd. Time just got away from me, but I did want to make up for that, so I decided to do a what you need to know right now at this moment check-in for Libra, Taurus, and Cancer. Obviously I'm on Taurus right now, so yeah, I'm gonna get into the reading, but first I'm gonna get my disclaimers and things out of the way and go from there. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you are returning to the channel, I greatly appreciate you as well. Either way, if you're kind of coming back through, you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you go ahead and do that. As you listen along through out the video, make sure you like the video, make sure you leave a comment, let me know how the video resonates for you. If you feel comfortable sharing, if not, totally understand. You can leave a cute emoji. Forgot to mention that in Libra's reading. But yeah, you can leave a cute emoji or whatever you like, just as long as it's respectful, all those things. And you know, share the video if you think someone may enjoy it, or if they have these placements. What else was I gonna say? And subscribe. The decks that I'm using, they will be in the description box below, as well as how to book a personal reading with me if you would like to do that. Also, I do not solicit for readings, so if someone is posing as me, make sure you report it. Also let me know that someone is. I'm still fairly new, so I don't think anybody would do it, but you never know with these folks out here. So yeah, as far as the noise, I think things will be okay, but if you hear some noises, I will try to keep that to a minimum. I'll either pause or what am I trying to say, or just restart or do something like that, but I will try to at least let it pass, if that's what, you know, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think I got everything out of the way, but if I forgot something, just apply it. And yeah, I'll go ahead and get the cards shuffled out here. Instead of doing start of the week, midweek, and end of the week, it's just going to be column by column. Okay, we're going to go like that. Same kind of method, but just not looking at necessarily the week aspect, just looking at what we need to know right now. And I'm going to get you all some, dang, it looks like one thing wants to come out too. I'm going to get you some channeled messages as well. Okay. Kind of got the impression that in the last reading, or for Libra's reading, there were some like annoyances for Libra. Kind of feel the same for Taurus. It's like I'm picking up on like Taurus is like you all being like easily irritated by something, but I get more so, instead of like it being like a situation, it's more so being irritated with people. Yeah, more so being irritated with the peoples. I'm not getting any particular situation, or but I do pick up on it possibly being why is this thing okay? Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. Anyway, I had to check something right there. But anyway, yeah. I more so get that it is a... It could be on your job. Some of you guys' job, like, I'm getting like, maybe it's like one of them annoying coworkers who is like, you know, they may be trying to like micromanage you, especially if they've, you know, kind of been there longer than you have. And, you know, and maybe you just came in or you just started working there. And then you may have someone who's just kind of like being an ass, if I'll be frank. Just kind of being an asshole and just, yeah. Some people can be so annoying with that, like trying to micromanage you. And I'm like, dude, you ain't even my supervisor. You're not even my supervisor. You're not my, you know, person in charge over me. So I don't know why you're trying to do that. Like, get out of my face. You know, so that's what I literally hear somebody saying, get out of my face. Like, get out of my face. So yeah. Me and my cousin, we were joking about that the other day, and we were like, I was like, what is that from? Because I at first I thought it was like maybe I could swear that I've seen Gina do something similar to like get out of my face, out of my face, out of my face. But Regina Hall in Scary Movie, I can't remember which Scary Movie it was, but in one of the Scary movies, she's in the movie theater, and she's like she's telling someone that's in the theater, like, get out of my face, out of my face, out of my face. So and it's funny that it comes back up, but I really get like some of you Tauruses being so annoyed with someone, and like you literally just, if you don't say it out loud, I don't recommend that. You know, you gotta kind of try to be cordial at your workplace, but I do, like, in your mind, I'm seeing someone thinking like, out of my face, out of my face. So yeah, that could have been like how you were feeling. You know, this could be maybe coming off from the week, or this could be the weekend as well, because some people do work on weekends as well. So you may feel people are like trying to micromanage you, or you know, kind of box you in a way, and it's just kind of annoying. So yeah. And let's see if I have any other channeled messages for you all. I'm saying the word care. So maybe some of you may choose this weekend, or you have, you know, started maybe trying to relax, get yourself together, rest a little bit. Yeah, because sometimes, and I also mentioned this in Libra's reading, being exhausted. So yeah, some of you, it could be the same. It could be the same way. So definitely take care of yourself. You know, make sure you're getting adequate rest, water intake, things of that nature, so that you're not, you know, when people do annoy you, because it can make you snap. So, you know, so just be mindful of that. Try not to let it get to you too much, if that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and, because I've been yapping, let's go ahead and get into these cards and see what's going on. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. So a lot of duality and balance in these cards. Is interesting too. And I see hourglass, I see balance, I see expect the best, and it's got like two sides. Okay, so first let's just go ahead and get into the cards. So the first card out is the Lovers, Archangel Raphael, and it says intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. Okay, I did mention that, you know, Tauruses, you may need to take care of yourself. I heard the word care, so I'm kind of focused on the good health part. Some of you, not all of you, maybe you did go like to the hospital or something to that effect, and you just needed to, you know, kind of just check on something, you know, make sure everything was good, you were in good standing, everything was good, and you know, things are good for you. Because I don't necessarily see something where you should be worried about that, especially since you have expect the best out here that's coming out with the Lovers card. This could also be maybe you're starting a new relationship at the moment. But what you need to know right now as far as about that relationship is that, you know, try to, you know, go at an even pace. Don't go too fast. Don't rush into things, especially during Mercury retrograde, which we're under now. I would definitely not rush to get into a relationship right now, because you may have to revisit certain things, certain aspects of the relationship. So just be mindful of that. But you should be expecting the best, though. Expect the best, you know, try not to, because I know for Tauruses, especially being a Taurus rising, when things are uncomfortable, things feel unstable, there's some discomfort, you know what I'm saying? And especially with having a Libra sun too, those two combined is very Venus. So when things are like off balance, yeah, I will definitely want to go elsewhere or be elsewhere. I don't want to deal with drama. So, you know, as long as your relationships are not filled with that, I would say go for, you know, just expecting the best, you know, little things, you know, these are things that can be worked out. You know, as long as your boundaries and things of that nature are not being tested, just make sure that you're expecting the best. See the good in the situation and see what it, you know, could be. That's not necessarily saying, you know, focus on the potential of things, but it's kind of like just kind of letting things unfold, letting things flow. Okay. All right. So then we have balance. And this is Archangel Zadkiel. And it says the need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise, wait for perfect timing. Okay, we have that. And so with this card, I feel like it's what I mentioned before, like being irritated with someone that you work with, maybe a boss or even just a coworker, annoying coworker. It could be that there needs to be some compromise or maybe some understanding, because, you know, it could be where the coworker or the boss or something, of course the boss, you know, they are supervisor or whatever, you know, they're there to guide you, to lead, but at the same time they may not realize that they're coming off as overbearing. Same with a coworker, they may not realize that they're doing things that, you know, that could be perceived as micromanaging or being annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't realize I know what I'm doing. You know, I you know, can figure this out, or, you know what I'm saying? I get your guidance, especially if you're, you know, the supervisor or the boss or whatever. But I don't need to be micromanaged. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I feel like Tauruses are feeling right now. But again, there's a need for cooperation. There's a need for compromise, coming together, figuring things out, so it can come to like a happy medium. And, you know, go from there. Let things settle, let things cool off before proceeding. And that could also mean having some downtime, maybe taking a step back if you can, if it's possible. You know, if you have PTO time, maybe you can take some time off just to kind of collect your thoughts and get to a better headspace when it comes to those things. Downtime, it could also mean maybe you take a step back from being around people, you know, being around others. Maybe you take a step back and just to kind of get back in balance if this isn't, you know, work related at all. Maybe there may be a need, you know, to distance yourself from certain people, you know, especially if it's people that are causing you, you know, issues or, annoyances. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. If they're causing you issues, or if you find yourself wanting to react, you know, this Mercury retrograde that we're under, especially at the beginning, I believe it was in Pisces or is in Pisces, it can make you want to react. You know, feelings are involved, so naturally those things are going to be heightened. So yeah, it's best to kind of lay low, have some downtime, and just kind of be to yourself and just make sure you're not popping off. Okay, Tauruses? Because you're the bull. So bulls, you know, what do? They charge at things that piss them off. So yeah, there could be certain situations where you see red and you just want to, you know, F somebody up. But don't take the time to just step back and be like, okay, this is pissing me off. So I know I need to take some time and kind of bag back. Bag back. Okay. So the last card we have, tarot card we have out here is Two of Air. This is being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. So if you look at this, it looks like two people are butting head, or the unicorns are butting heads, or butting, what do you call those things? Horns. They're little unicorn horns. And so, again, I feel like this is a reminder. This is a reminder to, yeah, downtime, take a step back, and you literally have to take your time out here. So yeah, take your time, make sure things are balanced, make sure things are on an even keeled, you know, level, and just make sure that you're not making no sudden moves. You know what I'm saying? No sudden decisions, no rash decisions, because again, like I said, emotions are heightened at this moment. And a lot of people may want to react first without thinking. So it's a good idea to just be mindful of what you're doing. Okay, Taurus. So that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, make sure you give me a like on this video. Make sure you leave a comment and let me know how it resonated if you feel comfortable sharing. If not, you can leave a cute emoji. I love that. Share the video with a friend, especially if they have these placements. Subscribe. And I will be back with the weekly check-in reading for the week of March 2nd. I will also be doing the elements readings, which I was supposed to do for February, but I never got a chance to do it. So that sucks. But going forward, I will start doing those, and they will be under the community tab as well as on my threads and Instagram as well. I haven't really done anything with my spiritual TikTok, and I don't know what I will. I'm still kind of figuring that part out. I don't know. I don't really feel called to do anything over on TikTok really, but that's just me. Yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully you all have a good weekend. I know we are on Saturday night right now, at least where I am. It's Saturday night. It's around 10:25. But yeah, so yeah, I hope that you all have a good weekend, a rest of your weekend, and an even better rest of your week. And I will be coming back maybe a little later, but the video will go up. I am going to do it tonight, but it will be an all signs reading. So yes, I will be tapping back into Libra, Taurus, and Cancer, just to kind of see what's overall energy that's going on with each sign. So yeah. All right, y'all. So that was that, and we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Y'all, see you later. Bye.